So a joint post today's disappointing performance and result against Footscray by senior coach Zane Littlejohn. From a coaching perspective, where was the match won and lost today?
Probably around just the way we executed really in the end. They defended the ground extremely well. They're the best defensive team in the competition for a reason, and we weren't able to execute well enough with how they defended the ground. So we'll take some good learnings from that. It's full credit to Footscray, Edgy, he's got the boys going. They've won 10 on the trot now, so they're a bloody good footy side.
We had some chances throughout the contest, most notably in the second quarter, which was probably our best period of footy for the day, but just 1 goal 7 to their 1 goal. What did we do well in that period, I suppose, up until execution?
Yeah, we got the game in our front half and we were able to sort of lock the ball in that area, and we actually defended the ground. I thought our pressure was probably the best our pressure's been in the last month, which is pleasing. So that's one positive to take away from the game. But sometimes when you're pressuring, it means you're second to the footy a bit. So so the front half area of the second quarter was pleasing. And then we had some great learnings around how we moved the ball from our back half as well in that quarter. But the kick 1 goal 7, as you mentioned, rather than ideally 7-1, is the disappointing part of that.
And then without giving too much away, we were chasing the game a little bit in the second half, making some inroads, but what levers did you and your coaches pull, or what areas were you looking to tighten up? Was it just that defending the ground?
Yeah, well, it's credit to them. They sort of controlled the footy, uncontested marks and all that. So what we actually did really well, as I thought, is that we our ability to take away those uncontested marks, sort of the back end of the quarter, which was really pleasing in the third quarter and again in the last, which then allowed us to get the ball in our front half. So we tried a few things just to try and generate a bit more excitement and enjoy within the game. It looked a bit flat, and it can look like that when the scoreboard's going against you, so we wanted to try and generate a bit of excitement in the game. So we tried a few things. Matty Hill went to half back there for a little bit in the last quarter, try and generate a bit of run and speed and some excitement in the game. So that was one avenue we went to. And then obviously, we have to kick a score. So we tried to change up our front end a little bit, go a bit smaller, go a bit taller, just to try and challenge them with different looks. And but full credit to that for Footscray, they were too good and we weren't able to execute.
A little win for us on the day. We'd love the 4 points, but there was a nice moment. Ben Cavara kicked 3 goals, the second of which was his 200th goal at the VFL level. Just a word about Cav, I suppose.
Yeah, I was just talking to Stewie Edge, who's obviously been a part of Cav's journey too when he was at Footscray or the Western Bulldogs at the same time. There's not many players this day and age who, unfortunately, who's going to kick 200 VFL goals. He's nearly played 150 VFL games, so there's not many players who are going to do that anymore. So it is something to really celebrate. He's been a great member of our footy club for a long time now, and someone we really value, not just as a player but as a person. And we're really lucky to have him part of our program.
Very well said. And then finally, I should say, as frustrated as I'm sure you are with today's performance and result, it's a really good opportunity the last 2 and 3 weeks of the season to have a look at strong opposition. Southport last week, Footscray this week, Casey to finish us off. How do you see this week going into Casey, and what do the challenges look like?
Yeah, well, we knew that we spoke about this sort of post our mid-season bye. Our last month was going to be a great challenge. Like wherever Casey are on the ladder, whenever we play them, especially out at Casey, they're always tough. They had a great win in Brisbane today. They're really healthy AFL listed wise. They've got some really quality VFL listed players as well. So it's going to be a great test. And then we mentioned that this last month of footy, they're all big games, and you've got to play well in this period to sort of earn your right. So. Look, we'll regroup, we'll review really hard. We spoke about it post-game, is how well did we prep this week, both as coaches and as players. Did we prepare as well as we should have, to the level and the standard that we expect of each other. So we'll look at that and review the game and look at avenues where we can continually improve, which is always important. So especially coming up against a really good team in Casey.
As always, thanks for your time, very well said. We'll go again next week.
No worries, thank you.